you traitor mid. Alright. Travis Wingate, so I'm up to Fox 13 News on YouTube as we're past noon. And so there's some things that I need to have discussed on the video titled Utah Residents Report Increase in Mosquitos. You can hear a kid who is playing in the background with some other friends or siblings saying that whatever game they're playing is the best game ever. No, kid. Fireball Island is the best game ever. Didn't fit in the boxes when I was packing. Which then reminds me that, oh yeah, I've got my board game, which is like piles of boxes that I have to finish the instructions to. Back in 2017, I had rushed to do a version called Zion Civilization. It's the game is a civilization building game in a board game form, and so Zion Civilization was for the book signing that I was going to out in Elko with Mormons. So I tried to rush a smaller version so that I can have printed copies for the book signing. But I haven't gotten around to ever finishing the big instruction game for the game. I've been working on it since high school, trying to figure out how do I get it to work, because like there's so much to it. I mean, you're building civilizations on paper. It's not like D&D where you have a narrator guiding you through and then saying, oh, you're being attacked by a dragon, oh, you died, so sad, hey, no, that was my favorite character, I'm gonna kill you, No, nothing like that. Yeah, if you want, you can play against others. It would be designed for that. Ideally, it would be awesomerest on a computer program, but I don't know how to do computer programming, and I ain't got the money to pay somebody to steal my game from me and get all the credit. So I'll just have to sit tight and relax and hope that we can end this Armageddon thing as quick as possible so I can get back to it. Masquerade. That was the most awesomerest play ever off Broadway. Phantom of the Opera. Masquerade. Masquerade. But yeah, it was worth standing up in the back, which weren't even the cheap seats. You had to stand, so that was overflow. The thing I wanted to discuss there's a couple of things actually. One, Miss Cox, I forgot her first name now. She's talking about the windstorm, and it's saying the windstorm expected to continue through mid-October. I'm going, what? There's another windstorm coming? So I click on it, listen to the video, and she's talking about the cleanup effort that's still going on. Big difference about windstorm expected to continue versus windstorm cleanup expected to continue. And so yeah, she was talking about how the workers are having to do 10-hour days, 6 days a week, getting a whole lot of extra overtime pay, and then calls them heroes. Seriously? Come on. These guys are getting paid. Heroes are those who don't get paid, who are emergency first responders. And so that's what was needed on that day, was emergency first responders to save lives, look for the missing hiker in the mountains, and all other situations and conditions of making sure people get provided with food, with the electricity out. And so, yeah, getting paid does not make you a hero. That's your job. You're supposed to do it. And so, speaking of that, again, Fox is also going over the audit. That's the big news for Utah, as Herbert failed miserably. And Herbert's response is, oh, we're learning and growing on a regular basis, and we welcome criticism, but we're trying the best we can. How long has he been in office? How long has Utah been a government? How long have we had the various offices to handle the different aspects of governing? And yet the auditor comes out and says they failed. They failed. They weren't prepared as they should have been as a government agency who, like the PPE, for example. They were short on PPE. I would like to know where Nelson got his PPE to send to China, and then Utah then bought PPE from China, but it was then confiscated by Jared, so that the state of Utah had to get it from another place in the United States, and it was dropped off at the Wyoming border. I would like to know what happened to that, Nelson. All for a temple, huh? When they didn't even need it and were then selling it back to Utah? Huh. Isn't that a type of PPE laundering? So that's disturbing. That Governor Herbert has been the governor this whole time, and as he's leaving office, demonstrates that he failed as a governor. His report card, F. Yay. And so here's something interesting that Max Roth, I think, was the one discussing it. I don't think it was Ben Winslow. Ben Winslow was the audit one. And so they're going over how the Utah Democratic Party has more donations, more donors, but less money. And that tells me a couple of things. Why am I hearing a sound like in a megaphone or something? I hope that is not something I should be concerned about. Maybe it's the bus. Yeah, hopefully the bus. Alright, so one, it tells me that more Utah Democrats are giving donations to the Democratic Party than Utah Republicans are giving to the Republican Party. But those Republican Utahns who are donating more money than those who are Utah Democrats. So yes, the rich are Republican. I refer Mormons to the Book of Mormon in regards to the story about the Zoramites in Alma. But there may be something else involved here. Because elections are decided on, well, the Electoral College for president. But I'm pretty sure it's not that way for the other offices. I think the other offices are through the majority vote, depending on the various counties, I think. It could be a popular vote. I can't remember. Maybe I should check. Is Utah... What are you doing? No! Google. Is Utah's governor chosen by popular vote? Ballotpedia, governor of Utah. Okay, Utah gubernatorial election. Like the governor, popular vote. He was elected to serve out. To elect governor. Challenger, primary ballot. Herbert won the primary and secured the nomination. Democrats. Utah Governor Hartzman resigned. It looks like popular, but I'm not seeing the popular as I was finding on the. Okay. So yeah, it's popular. They're doing percentage. So only the presidents are determined by Electoral College. And so, yeah, so popular vote. We've had a year of catastrophe of government by the Republican base, as Herbert has totally crushed Utah with the coronavirus, going after Republicans as well as Democrats. But going after Democrats with the Black Lives Matter protests and other protests that have been held, because Republicans don't protest, do they? They conform and comply as long as there's a Republican in power. Right? And so those whiny baby Democrats, snowflakes, they're the only ones complaining. And so, yeah, we've had Black Lives Matter, we've had the church, we've had the Confederacy issue of racism, and we've had some others. What were the others? Homeless. Can't forget the homeless one. And so those things have had a major impact on people's thinking processes for voting. As the Republican Party flexes their muscle against their own people, their own constituents, that will tend to disenfranchise Republicans. And so even though the Republican Party may have the wealthiest, they may not have the popular vote, or we may be seeing a shift of the popular voting for the various positions. So that'll be interesting to watch for this November, because quite frankly, as a person who didn't even know about Peterson for the governor's thing, he still was better, even though he threw in the no pants joke, as Cox just was dumb. he's trying to justify having been involved in murdering Utahns. And so that's unacceptable to me. But whether Republicans here in the state of Utah will say, oh, he's Mormon, so I guess I got to vote for him, and Herbert was Mormon, and Herbert said I have to vote for him, and so I have to be obedient because he speaks for God. That would be disturbing. But again, we shall see. I mean, the handling of the storm, for example. Utahns were abandoned. I mean, how many people are now upset with Governor Herbert and thus take it out on Governor Cox, Lieutenant Governor Cox? So that's something to watch out for. Favorite book? Oh, The Places You'll Go. No, Where's My Mother? How did I ever know it would be something important for me? Where's my mother? What happened to her? Who are you? You're not my mother. You're an abusive tyrant. Following Lucifer's plan of happiness. Where's my real mother? So, yeah. And then I want to check out this Funding Your Future and hope that the thumbnail is not the thumbnail. And it looks like it might be the video, so that'll be cool. Because yes, I like women's fashion. As a little kid, sitting around our Placentia, California kitchen table, Mom would give us the Sears catalog. I couldn't let my siblings see that I noticed that there were women's fashion in there. So, like any dirty old pervert, I'd have to sneak when nobody else was around to dig it out of the recycling bin to see the women's fashion. And then my sisters got Barbie fashion plates for Christmas once, and so yeah, I was now able to say, hey, can I play with the Barbie fashion plates? Well, it's only if you stay here by the door and you use your own paper. Okay. So yeah, men are not allowed to become women's fashion designers. They might learn the secrets of women. Ancient Chinese secret. Wasn't that Calgon too? Calgon laundry detergent. Or Bloom County. Bloom County had the feminine. I can't think of it. Oh well. So yeah. Oh yeah, Romney. We can't forget Romney. Traitor. Well, it started with Traitor Romney. We'll end with Traitor Romney. So here he is meeting with Judge Barrett. Why? Isn't she supposed to go before a hearing? And then they decide, asking her questions? Why are they having secret meetings to discuss things in private? What's up with that? That just sounds wrong. New COVID-19 study could save lives. Oh, a new, huh? So the one in the beginning of stay home, don't leave your home, that wouldn't have saved lives? There's a new one now? Okay. Somebody's getting paid way too much money.